What's happening, y'all? We got some trades, we got some stuff going on in the building, and let's talk about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing...
Let's start off with the first trade that happened this morning. Anthony Simons is getting traded to the Boston Celtics for Drew Holiday. Portland, this is a ridiculous trade that I was not expecting, at all. Because Anthony Simons for a late 30-year-old Drew Holiday, that's ridiculous. Because Anthony Simons, he's still young. He's a 26 or almost 30 point per game scorer. And him going to the Celtics with an injured Jason Tatum, and they're still gonna have their offense is gonna be pretty good if Anthony Simons can be able to maintain and keep and able to adjust to the Celtics offense. And I really want to see how great that works out. That could potentially work out great. A lot of people don't talk about Anthony Simons because, the Portland Trail Blazers aren't that good. 12 seed, and, a lot of people don't really, talk about him. But, he's a star, definitely. He definitely is a star, and I can't wait to see what he does for the Celtics. And it's crazy that this trade even started because, getting rid of a great defensive player, and Anthony Simons is not a great defender at all. So getting rid of a defensive guy in Drew Holiday, that was essential for you to win the championship in 2024. But, obviously, they really didn't care about the defense no more. They decided to get another scorer because, Anthony Simons, not too much great of a defender, really. So definitely pretty awkward. Pretty awkward also for Portland to even make this trade because, bro, why are you getting rid of a young 30 point per game scorer for a 30-year-old veteran? Why are you doing that? That's kind of ridiculous coming from Portland. And obviously with the loss of Tatum for the year, it's going to be essential, and their defense might go down potentially because you have another trade that literally happened a couple hours ago. I'm going to get into that later. But the defense could potentially go down in the ratings for the Boston Celtics, but the offense is definitely still going to maintain and be good. But if they can keep the team, because right now the team is dismantling so far, so it definitely looks crazy right now. It's crazy that this is happening already because the Celtics are now, it looks like they're starting to rebuild already. And we'll get into the other trade in a moment. I'm going to rate this an A- for the Boston Celtics because they're going to have a great offense going into next year. Hopefully they don't dismantle the team. And I feel like Anthony Simons, that's a great trade for Boston because now you're getting another scorer on your squad. And now you get to deal with another great offense of the Boston Celtics who has one of the best offenses in the Eastern Conference. Probably not better than OKC's, but they have a really great offense in the Eastern Conference. Let's go to Portland's side. Portland, I might give this a C+. I can't lie. Because, I don't understand because a young player, why are you getting rid of that young player for? Because he was the leading scorer of that squad. So now the praise and the glory of the team now is going to go to Danny Avdija. It's going to go to Scoot Henderson. It's going to go to Shaedon Sharpe. All those guys. Scoot Henderson, he averaged 12 points. So he has to step that up. And, it's going to get handled to you now. So you got to step it up if your team wants to be a contender. Shaedon Sharpe, he averaged 18 points per game this year. Also needs to step it up. He has to get probably in the 30 range, if the team wants to have a chance. Also, Danny Avdija, he has to maintain his 16 points. And, he also has to really be able to ball out. So all these three players I just mentioned, Avdija, Henderson, and Sharpe, all you guys got to step up with your young scorer being gone. Also, that goes for DeAndre Ayton too. You really need to lay off the injuries and start hooping. So Portland could potentially drop in their conference because they were already 36-46 with Simons last year. They were the 12th seed with Simons. So potentially they're going to drop if they're going to get rid of that young scorer and the leading scorer of the team. And that also goes to Matisse Thybulle. He also he signed a $11.5 million contract player option. So you're going to need to ball out with the contract. Let's get into the next trade. CJ McCOLLUM and Kelly Olynyk have been traded to the Washington Wizards for Jordan Poole. Crazy trade that just happened. Now, they're also, the Pelicans are also getting the 40th pick in the draft, too. So, definitely a crazy turn of events. Because that happened also in the middle of the day. And CJ McCOLLUM, he had a great season, 21 points. But going into the 25-26 season, he's going to be playing with expired contracts all over the place. And as of right now, the biggest commitment on the Wizards is Corey Kispert. That's really kind of crazy saying, honestly. Corey Kispert, biggest long-term deal. But also the current roster as well. They're expiring contracts with the Wizards, and also rookie contracts that follow because the Wizards are such a young team. And that all goes on Bradley Beal because of his no-trade clause. So I'm grading the Pelicans a B-. I can't lie. Because it's not in the A range because I don't know about Jordan Poole's reputation. It's a little tricky right now. Depends on how the heck he wants to play. But if he goes there, he has a chance to play with Zion. And he'll be a great person to spread the court out. Jordan Poole pairing up with DeJounte Murray after he comes back from his injury, that is going to be a really decent look for them. It's not going to be the best look, but it's going to be a great look for them. If we're being real, it's not, for the Wizards, for the Pelicans, it's not really looking too good, if we're being real. It's going to be a little crazy going into the season with them. Now, the mix of, we're going to go to the Washington Wizards side. I rated the Wizards a B+ in this trade because I really like the fact that a young team is going to be in the hands of the mentorship of CJ McCollum and also Chris Middleton. So they'll be able to give great team mentorship to such a young team. And I really feel like that they can be able to do that. Now, honestly, they might not be the best team. They might not even make the play-in tournament next year because of this trade. But I really feel like they'll probably get better as the years go on. So they're definitely starting in the brink of rebuilding their franchise. So I can't wait to see that happen. And it's going to be really, 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 really crazy. Definitely a really crazy trade for both teams. Jordan Poole, definitely going to be tough playing with the Pelicans. The Pelicans were not that good this year, unfortunately, even though Zion played a lot of games this year. And also Zion, you got to make sure you do not get injured, okay? Don't get injured and miss like 100 games because Jordan Poole needs you, okay? If you can be able to space out the court and you're allowed to do your own thing, that's going to be great for you. And you could potentially move up in your conference. But if you're injured and always pulling the delinquent stuff, like there's obviously the raping issue and the stuff that, the stuff that's going on with you, the controversy with Zion right now, it's going to be hard it's definitely going to be hard. So not just for Jordan Poole, it's going to be hard for him too. So can't wait to see how that turns out. But hopefully the Pelicans can be able to move up in their conference. Because I felt like they shouldn't have went down in the first place. Because the team that they had was great. And, they had a chance to be one of the best teams. But they threw it away when they traded Beal. They traded all those guys. And now all of a sudden they're not the same team no more. So I can't wait to see how that plays out. But the Wizards might not be that good, if we're being real. They might not be that good, but mentorship with a young squad and 2 veterans is going to be perfect. But unfortunately, may not cause you to win a lot of games next year. Anyways, let's go on to the next trade. And this trade, it literally happened like a couple hours ago when I was studying for my Regents exam. That's Kristaps Porzingis is getting out of TD Garden. I remember when I went back to my phone and I seen that Porzingis got traded to Atlanta, and that's also a 3-way deal involving the Atlanta Hawks and also the Brooklyn Nets. I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh. Because Boston is dismantling right now. And we all kind of predicted this once Jason Tatum went down. Everyone kind of knew that the roster was thin, and then we're going to trade, and they were going to trade a lot of guys. But if they lose Jaylen Brown in the mix, then they're going to be done for. Because Jason Tatum, he might not be there for literally a majority of next year, if not all of next year. So definitely getting rid of Kristaps Porzingis. Now, I know Porzingis didn't do much in the playoffs. Injuries, but also you kind of do need the defense a little bit. You need the scoring, but at the same time, he had the injury issues, and they were tired of that. He could not provide for the New York Knicks because he would play for probably 8 minutes, then sit him down for the rest of the game, and ridiculous coming from an injured guy. But that trade is definitely really, really, really ridiculous, because now you're putting Porzingis with Trae Young and a young Atlanta Hawks team, and also a Ricochet. That's gonna be a little bit of an issue. Now, Trae Young, very underrated player. He'll be able to provide that passing and assist. He's a great all-star, and I really feel like he'll be able to provide for Porzingis, but Porzingis gets hurt easy, and that's going to be an issue for all of them. So definitely a really shocking, very shocking trade out of Boston. And Boston fans, let me know down in the comments what you guys are thinking right now, because it looks like the team is getting dismantled right now, and I don't know what to think of it. And as a Boston fan, does your life suck right now? Leave a comment down below. But definitely, we had a lot of great trades today, and we're gonna be continuing to talk about them. I know this happened during the day. I was studying for my Regents exam, you guys. I'm very sorry. I just had my one last Regent exam, then I graduate from high school, and can't wait for that to happen. And pretty much I had to keep my education a priority, but it's my last exam, and then I'm done, and then we'll be consistently posting, and I will try not to be lazy in recording and also editing. But definitely crazy trades. And also a trade that literally just happened not too long ago is Kyrie Irving declining the $43 million player option. Crazy. Now, Kyrie Irving on a torn ACL, he's like, nah, I'm not signing that. I'm not doing that. We're not taking this player option. We're not doing that. I don't care how much money you give me. Because, you know, they get Luka for, you pair him up with Luka for a reason. You pair him up with him, bro. Now, Luka leaves. Now you got to rely on Anthony Davis, who gets hurt like 90% of the time. Klay Thompson, washed. He is definitely not going to give him what he provided in his prime, like with the whole 3-pointers and everything. Not going to happen. So unfortunately, if Klay can somehow get back in the gym and work out and make those shots on a consistent basis again, he'll be great. Anthony Davis, stay out of trouble, and also don't get injured. Because in order for this to work, you don't want to lose Kyrie too. You lose Kyrie, that's going to be an issue. A very big problem. And, you know, Dallas now relies on Kyrie now. And also AD. So, pairing him up with those two guys, you got to make sure things go their way. And right now, it's not looking too great, unfortunately. Because Kyrie could miss some of next year. He could come back in January, February, March of 2026. But we don't know if he's going to be around, unfortunately. And let's see what happens with more trades coming up soon. And I can't wait to see how that turns out. We will be back to talk about more trades, free agency. We will also be talking about baseball, football, all those other topics. I will definitely try to expand my channel out for you guys. So all the football fans and baseball fans, get ready, because your boy is going to be posting more about those sports. And I know baseball is almost over. Football is about to start very soon. I will get into the contract. I'll get into the free agency. I will get into the games. We'll be predicting, and we'll be doing all that. And I really cannot wait to show that to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I will be back for more trades that happen and more breaking news that happen. Thank you, Shams Charania, for posting those. We appreciate you. Shout out to him on the Stephen A. Show. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace out.